right. Hello and welcome, influencers. Hello and welcome. I know that Facebook is notifying you that I am live in our society membership tribe. Listen, I'm in the influencer tribe. Listen, I'm on my personal platform. So wherever you are entering into the broadcast, hello and welcome. It's your girl here, Anika Cohen. I am your business strategist coach. I serve and support purpose-driven leaders, men and women who want to turn their dream into a reality. I help you by providing you strategies, solutions, and success so you can propel forward with clarity and confidence and strategy. So I want to welcome you. Hello, welcome to day 2. This is day 2 of our Influencers on the Rise virtual challenge. I am here to simply help you to propel forward with achieving your goals. And how do we do that? By decluttering the mess that we hide within. So I am super excited to serve and support you all. Listen, if you are new to me, comment your name, let me know who you are and where you're streaming in live from. So listen, this will be about 30 minutes of your time. So listen, if you know that this will be beneficial to your friends, your followers, go ahead and share it out. We are here to serve and support you. Hello, Shaniqua. Welcome back. It's day 2. Hello, Candy. Thanks for being here. So again, this is day 2 of our Influencers on the Rise virtual challenge. So listen, I want to recap from day 1. Those of you that were here on yesterday, put a 1 if you were here yesterday and you are returning back for day 2. We were talking about the 4 dimensions of personal growth, because again, this is about helping us to position and posture ourselves to propel forward. So that means we have to put ourselves on the calendar. So we talked about the 4 dimensions of our personal growth, right? That consists of your mental, your emotional, your social, and your physical well-being. And then we added on that spirituality concept, right? So it's very important that we learn and understand that we are the only narrative of our life, of our destiny, of our purpose. We are the only ones that truly has control over that narrative and what it will end, right? And what I know to be true is that your story is just beginning. Your story is just beginning because you said yes to your God-given assignment. So that's our recap. That's what we talked about on day 1, right? And I had an action step for those of you who attended. Okay, the action step was you was going to pre-record an audio of your voice affirming the woman or man you're becoming. So if you did that, I hope that you continue to implement that practice within your lifestyle, because again, we're not changing habits, we're changing our lifestyle to produce and manifest the results that we desire, right? So it has to begin and end with you understanding and recognizing your potential, understanding and recognizing your greatness, what you have been equipped with from birth. Okay, so I am here to give you day 2. This is day 2, and we're going to talk about 8 areas of your life that goes into those 4 dimensions of our personal growth, right? So again, if you're new to me, welcome. I'm Anika Cohen. I'm your business strategist coach. You are tuning in with me live on the Influencers on the Rise virtual challenge. So again, this is all about helping you to position yourself, okay, to propel forward with clarity, confidence, and strategy. Shanika says she listened to it this morning on the way to work. Yes, and how was that for you? The purpose is, the intention is for you to connect with your words, to connect with the power within your own words that you may ignite and propel forward. So that's what that is all about, because sometimes we have everybody else in our head, in our mind, and in our thoughts, and we're receiving their words. But it's important that you connect with your words, because that is your power. That is your ignition to propel forward. So let's get into today's segment and what we're going to focus in on. Today, we are going to be talking about identifying and assessing. Okay, we got to identify and assess in order for us to propel forward, in order for you to grow and dominate in your life, right? And achieving your goals and being successful in your own right. we got to be clear about making sure that we are aware and conscious of our surroundings, mentally, emotionally, socially, and physically, because without you, none of this matters. So I want us to begin to identify and assess. And here's the first thing that I want you to do. All right. So we're going to assess and rank our lives based on 8 areas of our lives. Okay. That has to consist with number 1, your career, your work, your vision of overall of how you see your life, what you see you doing. What is that? What was the original vision? What was the original intention that you set aside? What was the original intention that you wanted to pursue, but you put it to the side because it can wait? I'll get back to that. What gives your life meaning? What gives your life purpose? That's where we have to start. So when it comes to your life, your career, or your marketplace ministry, rank that today from 1 to 10. How does that look right now in this moment? And let's do this without no judgment. You can choose to share or not, but we're going to begin to identify and assess our life today, where we are in this moment, without judgment, without bias. Understanding that where you are today is not where you will be 6 months from now if you put in the work to choose to live. Come on here, somebody. If you simply put in the work to choose to live. So we are going to begin to identify and assess our lives in each area. Number 1 was your career, your life's purpose. What would you rank that today? From 1 to 5, meaning 1 being the lowest, 10 being comfortable, 10 being content. You are in strategic movement. You have a plan. You're in preparation. You have action in place. You're executing consistently, daily. You know what your purpose is. You know what you're called to do. So how would you rank that? Number 2, I want you to begin to assess and identify how you would rank your money investments. That's very important, because when it comes to you pursuing your purpose, there comes a level of an investment, not just monetary, but time. But for the sake of this training, I want you to begin to identify the barrier of why you won't commit to the investment, monetary, right? Because it is an investment in you. So what are your money values? What are your money principles? What is standing in the way of you making the investment? All right, let's take a moment. Okay, career, someone used a 10. Shout out to you. Shaniqua used a 9. Shout out to you. Candy is a 5. All right. All right. So we have some people who are comfortable and content in your career. That's great. Number 2, your money investments. How are you investing in your dream, in your vision, in your purpose? How are you investing in your career to be better and do better? What do those investments look like? It's very important that you take out time to identify that and assess it. How would you rank it? 1 through 10. Number 3, your living environment. And this may not be something you can change. However, I believe your living environment is very important. The people that you associate with, the people that you connect with daily, who have the most of your attention, is very important, because they may be speaking language that does not align with your purpose. It doesn't align with who you are called to be and who God has called you to be. So think about that. Number 4, simply your personal growth. I want you to assess and rank that area. Remember, your personal growth is ongoing. This is something that you must be intentional and conscious about doing the work with daily. In order for you to be prosperous, in order for you to live the abundant life that God has called you to live in your career, your life, your business, in order for you to do that, you have to be working on you diligently and consistently. Does anybody agree with me? Does anybody agree? Okay, we have Candy. She said 4. 8. Shaniqua says an 8. Okay. You agree with me, Candy. Okay, great. Number 5 is your health and your recreation. It's very important, again, that you go back to putting you on the calendar. How would you assess that? It's not just about a vacation, but just giving yourself that time. You don't always have to go away to give yourself peace. Find your peace. Find your peace. And understanding that without your health, without you, none of this matters anyway. Right? None of this matters anyway. Number 6, we are assessing and ranking 8 areas of our life, right? So we can be able to identify and assess what needs to change. In order for change to be produced in your life, you have to be able to identify and acknowledge what it is. And so that's what we're taking the time out to do right now. We're allowing ourselves permission to go there. So number 6 is your social life, is your community, the people that you are connected to. Some of you just need to change your social life. Some of you just need to change the people that you are connected with and you are surrounded with. You need like-minded people to be in your circle. You need like-minded people to be able to motivate you, give you knowledge and resources and tools that will add value to your life. That is essential to you growing and becoming in the marketplace. That's essential to you just being. So your circle should add value to your life and your vision. Remember, they are connected. You are your vision. Come on here. Miss Cookie says, I changed mine. Exactly. I had to. And I don't regret that decision. And I didn't have to do it in a way that was rude and indignant. However, I did it with grace. Some of you just have to make the decision to move forward anyhow, without your friends, without your family. Some of them may not be able to understand your vision and what God has called you to do. Trust me, I know. My family didn't understand why I was making an $8,000 investment in my speaking career. They didn't understand that. But it wasn't for them to understand. And like many of us, because they don't validate or they don't affirm or confirm what God has called you to do, you take a step back. Don't take a step back today. Propel forward. Choose to live. So that is number 6. That is very important, that we learn to change our circle. That we learn to change our circle and choose to live and connect with individuals that talk a different language, that are moving in a different way, that is uncomfortable to you. Because when you are in an uncomfortable space, that's when change can be produced authentically. Come on here. Do I got any likes and hearts? Does anybody resonate? Does that resonate with anybody? Okay, so number 7 is family. Okay, family. Again, it goes back to your community. It doesn't mean you're cutting your family off. It doesn't mean that you don't have to be the priority. I know what it's like to be a wife, a mother, a sister, a friend, in career. Hello, I know how it looks to wear all of those hats. However, you got to still put you first and make time for you, even with your family, right? Okay, so those are, I'm sorry, and number 8 is your spiritual life. Again, this is not about religious traditions. This is about you just awakening that higher sense, that higher power within you that gives you a reason of being, that gives your life meaning and purpose. There has to be more to your life than this. Come on here, there has to be more to your life than this. So just to recap, again, we were just going over 8 areas of our lives that we want to take time out to assess and be able to identify how we're doing in those areas, because that makes a difference. It's not about perfection. It's not about being a show off. It's just about the internal being of, am I comfortable? Am I content? Am I making strategic movement, preparation, and planning to reach my goal? So the first one was work, money, your living environment. Number 3. Number 4, your personal growth. Number 5 was your health, recreation. Number 6 was your community, your social life. Number 7 was family. And number 8 was spiritual. So those are your 8 areas that you always want to begin to identify and assess and see how you're doing, how you are achieving your goals with moving forward with, again, strategy, preparation, and planning. So if you struggle in any of those areas, know that it's okay. But I want you to begin to change your response. Change your response on how you perceive these challenges and situations to be. And when you begin to change your response, the transitions will become smoother. They'll become a little bit easier. because you no longer have the negative mindset. You no longer have the stinking thinking that doesn't produce change. It produces pity. It produces depression. It produces anxiety. And then ultimately you give up and your dream dies. But we choose to live today, right? We choose to live today, and we choose to change your response, change your language. Okay. So that's going to be what I'm going to leave you with. In this moment, you know, I have an action step for you. Those of you that are really following this virtual challenge and you are implementing simple, practical ways on how you can begin to make those minor changes in your lifestyle to produce results that you desire. So the action step, what is the action step? Okay, let me check on everybody, see how we doing. Listen, how we doing out there? How's everybody doing? Was this helpful to you on today? So listen, here's the action step. If you're just now tuning in, thank you for being here. This is our virtual challenge, Influencers on the Rise. And the action step is this. I want you to simply write yourself a letter of where you see yourself 6 months from now. I want you to literally imagine yourself only 6 months from now. What does your future look like? What does it look like for you to have achieved whatever it is that you would desire? Okay. Tell me about that, or well, tell yourself about that. Allow that to give you the motivation, to give you the understanding of your why and why it's so important for you to accomplish the goal, to achieve what's important to you. That's the action step. That's the action step, to give yourself the time, to give yourself the space. Just write a letter to yourself. Imagine yourself only 6 months from now, what you could have done if you just give yourself time to focus. Give yourself time to set aside time to prepare, to plan, to just at least identify what it is. You may not know, and it's okay. Shanika says, Cookie says, doing great. Shanika says, good. Okay, great. And all right, thank you, Candy, for being my scribe. So that is the action step, to simply write yourself a letter of where you see yourself 6 months from now. It's very important that we learn to have clarity, because without clarity and you just spinning your wheels, faking it till you make it is not going to serve you or your purpose. It doesn't serve you or your purpose. So instead of suffering in silence, I'm going to admonish you to get clarity about what it is that you want to do. And then let's create the steps and the plan to make it manifest. It's totally up to you. So choose to live today. I thank you all for being here. Again, I thank you for your time. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you, Shaniqua. Thank you, Candy, for all being here. So listen, we will be here again tomorrow. And I actually ended a little early today. So we'll be back here tomorrow for day 3. So we'll be back here at 6:30 p.m. So if you can join us, join us. And this is where we take it a step further. So I'm super excited for day 3. Listen, you are welcome. You are welcome. So, all right, y'all know what it is. Until next time, I want you to choose to live. I want you to choose to be liberated, improve daily, be vivacious, and enlightened. Look, Shanika said, thank you. You know I'm on it tonight when I get home. Exactly. Listen, sis went and implemented her audio of affirming the woman that she's becoming. And I love it how you can simply give yourself permission to take action. And that's what it's about. You have to take action on this journey. This is a journey, not a race. This is a journey, not a marathon. You can take your time to embrace who you are, where you are, and what's to come. But you got to give yourself permission to declutter the mess, to get rid of what does not serve you or your purpose. That's the bottom line, and that's the purpose of our Influencers on the Rise virtual training. Again, thank you for allowing me to be in your space. Until next time, I will see you all tomorrow for day 3, right here in the tribe. Have a great day.